Good morning, and welcome back to Saturday Morning Switch. When you think of Nintendo, online services and multiplayer are probably not the first things that come to mind. While they may have several key franchises in that area, like Mario Kart and Mario Party, and even some that get regular esports coverage, like Super Smash Bros. At EVO, and Pokemon and its annual World Championships, a combination of factors like limited online games, friend codes, and a lack of consistency across formats have made them somewhat inferior compared to Microsoft and Sony. This hasn't been much of a problem for the past decade or so. After all, Nintendo don't tend to chase the same ideals of its competitors, but with the Switch, they have a ticking clock, in the form of their own paid online service, slated to launch this autumn. And when you're going up against Xbox Live Gold and PlayStation Plus, offering subscribers early access to content, premium features, and most notably of all, dozens upon dozens of free games, you've got to prove that your service is worth the price of entry. Nintendo's solution to that has been quite simple. Put the focus on Switch's multiplayer capabilities and release a succession of great multiplayer titles with online gameplay, so when the clock hits zero, players are somewhat forced to jump on board to continue fully enjoying the titles they've paid money for. You could trace this all the way back to when the Switch was first unveiled, players gaming in a giant stadium with assistance in that initial reveal. The launch lineup offered a glimpse of this new direction too. Sure, Zelda was front and centre as the numero uno reason to pick one up, but behind that you had 1-2-Switch, a local multiplayer minigame collection, Snipperclips, a more intimate and playful experience that was built around co-op play, and Super Bomberman R, the return of one of gaming's long-term classic multiplayer franchises, with that one also offering online out of the box. And while those were coming out, Nintendo was already busy preparing the second wave to come out during the traditionally lacklustre summer window. The recently released Mario Kart 8 Deluxe marks the first part of that lineup, and has already shifted a large amount of copies to fans old and new who are ready for the next big game for the Switch. The rest of that second wave arrives in June and July, courtesy of ARMS and Splatoon 2. Theoretically, these two should be a much harder sell. The former is a new IP, and while the latter is one of Nintendo's recent success stories, it was very much a big fish in a small pond. To counteract this, Ninty have been pushing these two aggressively, both with extended coverage courtesy of Directs and other online presentations, and by getting them into the hands of their player base, via March's global test fire for Splatoon 2, and the upcoming global test punch for ARMS on the 27th and 28th of May, and 3rd and 4th of June, which I am very much looking forward to. And even after those games come out, the support doesn't really stop. While autumn currently looks set to be Mario's time to shine, ARMS is confirmed to be getting new free updates, including characters, arms, and stages, and you could reasonably assume Splatoon 2 will follow a similar pattern, especially since it was such a boom for the Wii U original that kept players coming back. And by that point, they're set. If you pick up Mario Kart or ARMS or Splatoon, odds are you'll want to keep playing that through the tail end of the year and beyond, and will be happy to pay up, to a point at least. This is where we enter the land of the theoretical then. As of now, there isn't a whole lot of concrete information about Nintendo's paid online service, despite being a good 4 months since we first learned about it. Maybe they'll talk more about it at E3, considering how that event is also being angled towards ARMS and Splatoon, at least in the convention centre itself, with invitational live tournaments, and more than likely plenty of dedicated Treehouse coverage. They could also hold back until August or so, both titles are out in the wild, a strategy which matches up with Nintendo's usual attitude of only going in-depth on services and titles in the months preceding launch. We do know that online multiplayer will be locked behind the paywall. We do know that there'll be an online services app for smart devices that lets you organise sessions and chat to your friends. We do know you'll get special sales in the eShop, and we do know that we'll be getting one free NES or SNES game a month with added online functionality. Though as of now it sounds like you won't be keeping hold of it once the next month rolls around. Price is an unknown factor though. Some old estimates seem to be placing it at £20 to £25 per year. And at that price point, you'll probably convince most people who've picked up a game or two since Zelda to jump in. If they haven't however, or if it's priced to more closely match its competitors at £40, that's a problem. The service, as it stands now, does feel like a lightweight version of Sony's and Microsoft's, with a lot of its features available better elsewhere. Want party chat? There's a ton of apps on smart devices and PCs to cover that. Want virtual console games? You can probably pick them up on one of Nintendo's other systems, or just emulate them on PC. And if I'm feeling particularly mean-spirited, I'd say Nintendo don't have the best track record with sales on their first-party titles. It's an interesting period then, for certain. Nintendo putting its focus on multiplayer and using that to sell more systems, games and subscriptions is certainly smart, especially as the Switch and its games really latch onto you once you've tried them out. But such goodwill has its limits, and the somewhat staggering prices of accessories could be seen as the worst kind of foreshadowing. Personally, I feel Nintendo has had long enough to observe its competition and see what works and what doesn't, and that this aggressive multiplayer push means they mean business. they play their cards right, not only do they get another revenue stream from a portion of Switch owners, but also another platform to reward their most hardcore fans, much like Club Nintendo and My Nintendo, the latter of which has had a Switch rewards section, coming soon, for a fair while now. The potential for great service is certainly there, but only time will tell how this all pans out. For the immediate future though, multiplayer sessions on the Switch are going to be a riot. Thanks for watching as always, and I want it known that Global Test Punch is a hilarious name which I approve of wholeheartedly and cannot wait to cover in a few episodes. Until then, why not be amazing and give this video a like, leave a comment, or maybe even subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with both Saturday Morning Switch and the Party Chat podcast. Thanks again, and I'll see you all next week.